You're very welcome back to the second part of this evening's programme, where we're going to focus on golf for the next while, and no doubt many of you glued and hooked to Seamus Power over the course of the weekend, as the Waterford man finished tied for 9th in the weather-delayed AT&T Byron Nelson in Texas, which was eventually won there by South Korea's KH Lee. Power had started the final round well in contention after 3 fine rounds of golf left him 4 shots off the pace going into the last day of the tournament. The Irish Olympian started the round well with 2 birdies on his first 2 holes before adding 3 more to make the turn at 5 under. However, on a day when scores were low all around him, Power suffered a bit of a collapse on the back 9 as a double bogey on the 13th and a bogey on the 14th saw him lose ground and eventually sign off for a round of 70. He finished the tournament on 18 under, 7 shots behind the winner Lee there, but plenty of gains and plenty of positives from the weekend for Power, who moves up 26 places to 169th in the FedEx Cup standings. And while he missed a chance to lock up his card for 2022, he was looking at the positives after his best finish this term. And very fittingly this morning, I thought it was worthy and worth paying a trip out to the picturesque West Waterford Golf Club to get some reaction to Seamus's performance at the weekend. No better man to do so than the spokesperson for West Waterford Golf Club. That's Pat Murphy, and here's my chat with Pat from earlier this morning.
I have always been very proud of Seamus, but particularly this time, because Seamus has come through a very difficult time recently. He had a major injury to his elbow last year and had surgery on it, and it took a lot longer to cure. So he's only coming back from major injury. And no sooner was he back from major injury than he was taken out with COVID for 2 weeks. So yesterday's performance was absolutely spectacular. I'm not making excuses or anything like that, but I think Seamus was very unlucky towards the end of his tournament with the bad weather. He just got a plug line, a bunker, and it led to a double bogey. But he recovered well and finished in tied 9th place. Improved his rankings. He's up to 169 now in the FedEx Cup standings. I think Seamus proved yesterday that he can play with the very, very best. Like you had Bryson DeChambeau and some of the really top names in the PGA Tour now, well behind him. So yeah, I'm very proud of Seamus. You know, Seamus is such an ambassador for not just for golf, but for West Waterford Golf Club, for Waterford, for the whole country, in fact. And that was evidenced, I thought, now that the galleries are back. You know, the support he's getting is just something special, you know. They're calling it the look of the Irish out there, but no, it was a fantastic evening, and hopefully there'll be many, many more of them now, and that he'll get more invites and stuff, you know.
Yeah, please God. And as you say, the traction it gained right from yesterday. I know I was coming back up from the hurling game in Welsh Park, and everyone was just hooked to it, and, you know, how's he going, how's he getting on, and it was brilliant to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know what, I'll have to admit, I didn't watch one shot of it. I decided to wait for the podcast. But I was watching it on my phone and stuff like that, and there's something about Seamus. He just generates such an excitement on the golf course. He's a fantastic caddy. He's a Cork man, actually. And there was something about Seamus yesterday that he had a lovely freewheeling attitude, and any shots that were seen of him, people told me. I know I saw the chip in on the day before, and it was just something very, very special, you know. And we wish Seamus the best of luck. He had rounds of 65, 68, 67, 70. You know, 18 under par most of the time wins tournaments, you know. So, yeah, he should have finished it maybe a shot or 2 better, but we'll take it.
Yeah, certainly will indeed. And just 2 shots off the lead, of course, with 6 holes to go yesterday. And I suppose, no doubt, everyone here and everyone throughout the country, I suppose, you know, you were dreaming really big at that stage, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. And the other thing about it is I feel myself that the weather delay should have come sooner. Because Seamus ran into the bad weather at a very vital time. There was a reachable par 4, for instance, which he had birdied 2 days in a row, and he eagled it on the 3rd day. And the weather really came in badly, but the pressure was on the officials over there to get the thing finished, because the top boys were flying out to Kiwa Island for the PGA, which is on this week. So I feel they should have called him in sooner. And so when they did call him in, then Seamus had to wait 2.5 hours to go out and finish his game, which was only just a 10-foot putt, in fact. So the dice didn't fall in his direction over the last 5 or 6 holes, I feel, and he will have learned quite a lot from it, and he's admitted that his game is in a very good place at the minute. I'm not certain about this, but rumour has it that he broke his driver on the first day, so I think I'd be giving Seamus a ring to say, leave it where it is.
I'm sure he'll thank you for that one, Pat, no doubt. But it was great to see, and as you say, playing and competing against those big names at DeChambeau and KH Lee, of course, the overall winner and things like that, that can only be good for Seamus going forward.
There's no doubt about it. The thing that I was looking forward for Seamus as much as anything else, yesterday, he came close enough, is to get out playing with some of the big boys. He came close to playing with Jordan Spieth yesterday, but I think Seamus needs to get into the marquee pairings, and that'll only happen as you get better and better. I think if Seamus was out with some of these top players, he'll definitely rise to the occasion, He's definitely a big-time player. He looks well on the golf course. He's a wonderful athlete. So, look, there's a kind of a bittersweetness about it today, because it could have been so much better. It could have been so much worse. He finished in the top 10, which gets him into the next tournament. We're hoping he'll be in 2, maybe 3 weeks' time, the Jack Nicklaus Memorial Tournament. We're hoping he'll get into that one. Then there's 2 or 3 tournaments in a row then where he was a regular in over the years, so I had to get into them. But the year passes very quickly, and then we're into the playoffs and stuff like that. So his main goal definitely at this stage is to retain his card if he can at all. That's worth a lot to Seamus to retain his card,
Yeah, it certainly is indeed. That's big. And of course some nice prize money as well out of yesterday for Seamus as well, which I suppose at the end of the day, that's what it's about, isn't it?
$212,000, if you figure that out, I think it's 175 or 180,000 euros. And that's a good year's wages for most people, but I think Seamus really is thinking about bigger pictures really now, than the money. And he can send as much as he like of it our way. We'd be happy with that.
Absolutely, no doubt. And just moving aside from Seamus, a final point for you here this morning, Packus. Really appreciate your time as always, and the warm welcome is really appreciated. Any truth in the rumour about members that are interested perhaps in buying the club, the current club here in West Waterford, which is up for sale?
Yeah, well, this is in the offing for a while. Yeah, the club is up for sale. The club have put a very high-profile finance committee together to put the finances together to bid for the club when it comes for sale. There's not a lot I can say about it because it's a very confidential situation. But all I can say is that the response from the members is absolutely phenomenal. Not only from the members, but the community itself. The entire Bricky Valley want West Waterford to prosper and to progress. The entire community are behind the effort. Now it's going to cost a lot of money, but we have quite a lot of it raised at the minute, and we're progressing. But I feel somehow that the golf club here has become an integral part of the community now. The response from the members is special. And not only that, but we've dozens of new members have come in and joined the club since the lockdown. And the huge interest from the GA lads now. We have huge interest from the GA lads. So, yeah, look, we keep our fingers crossed on it, but we're definitely making a serious bid to buy the club.
Great stuff. I might have to bring the clubs the next day myself. Pat Murphy, spokesperson for West Waterford Golf Club. As always, a pleasure to visit the lovely facility and grounds you have here. And, we're all very proud of Seamus's performance over the weekend. So thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you very much, Gavin.
We are WLR.
We are Ireland's local station of the year.